rollback from COVID-19 restrictions announced today as vaccine requirements will come to an end at community colleges throughout the state. Western Mass News reporter Maria Wilson joining us live after checking in with some students at one local community college. Maria.
Chris, I'm here outside Springfield Technical Community College where one student tells me that this announcement is just one step closer to normalcy. Community colleges here in the Bay State will no longer require COVID-19 vaccines for students. The announcement came from the Massachusetts Association of Community Colleges earlier today and will go into effect at the end of the current semester. One student at STIC sharing with us her reaction to the news.
Now that it is lifted, I would say people would be more willing to get into the healthcare field.
Sun also tells us she doesn't have any concerns with joining unvaccinated students in the classroom. STIC President Dr. John Cook telling us in a statement, quote, community colleges really pride themselves in being the access institution in higher education, and this fits that. The idea that we always want to reduce or remove barriers. Our students live in the communities, and that is where we want to be responsive and supportive. Meanwhile, Holyoke Community College President Christina Royal shares this statement with Western Mass News. It says, quote, although vaccines will not be required following the conclusion of the spring semester finals, we continue to focus on sanitation protocols and encourage vaccination, social distancing, masking, and testing when necessary. We also checked in with UMass Amherst, and a spokesperson there tells us that the college is not planning on changing their vaccine policy at this time. Reporting live in Springfield, Maria Wilson, Western Mass News.